Hi there, my name is Nan Kelly. Welcome to Circle Sessions, everyone. Well, there are just a handful of artists in the modern contemporary Christian genre who really did help shape that format, and my guest today is one of them. His career spans over 30 years, and he is the most awarded Christian music artist in history, with 59 Dove Awards to his credit. He's had 49 #1 hit singles, and he has a name that is loved and respected across many genres. Welcome to Circle Sessions, Steven Curtis Chapman. Hi there.
Thank you. Hey, Nan. So good to be with you. Thank you
So nice to meet you.
for that introduction, and I think it all just started right here, not far, a few feet from where we are right now, actually.
You were at, well, we're going to dive into the
Yeah, yeah.
Opryland world in just a bit, because you and I have some really common ground in that place.
I know. I can't wait to.
I have pictures.
Oh,
We're going to
boy.
show them.
Okay, well, I may ought to. What's it going to cost for me to make sure you don't show those pictures? No,
if
it's
you
all
have
good.
some of me,
It's
we'll
all
be
right.
even.
Yeah.
Because
Hey,
I
that's
think
a
my
good-
hair was as big as this room back then.
Yeah. Hey, it was the style. I had the mullet, so I mean, you know, I wasn't alone in my
We have
interesting
pictures.
hairstyle choice.
Good, good, good.
Yeah.
So you're from just up the road in Paducah, Kentucky.
Right.
How did the intersection look for you when you turned and went down the Christian music road as opposed to the country music or the bluegrass road? What was that decision like for you?
Well, it's a great question, and there's an amazing story that I will never forget. In fact, it comes full circle tonight because I'm on the Opry with Ricky Skaggs, one of my heroes, and one of the great legends of all music, in my opinion, particularly
agreed.
bluegrass and the music I grew up with. Growing up in Paducah, Kentucky, as you mentioned, I'm a bluegrass fan from as early as I can remember. In fact, lyrics of a song on my last album was a bluegrass album called Where the Bluegrass Grows, and the lyric of that song opens up with something I wrote that says, the first thing I remember as a little barefoot boy was the sound of my daddy's Martin guitar and a 5-string banjo. So that's really true. The first memories I have are of music, and particularly bluegrass music and country music and the Grand Ole Opry. If the weather was just right, and in Paducah, about 2.5 hours away, and everything, all the planets were aligned, my dad could get WSM radio, and I remember riding in the car, and you'd hear the static, and you'd hear, you know, banjo, and you'd hear, this is the Grand Ole Opry. My dad would just, it's like, hush, 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 you know, everybody be quiet and listen, because that's where it all happened. So I had that in my heart as a little boy, just that this was the ultimate place where people, the best musicians in the world, congregated.
Right.
But I grew up in the church, grew up singing with my family in church. And all of that really came as a real transformation that happened in my home. My dad played bluegrass and folk music and had a dream of being on the Grand Ole Opry someday. He would sit in his car in the Ryman Auditorium, and when they didn't have air conditioning back in those days, and he would listen. He couldn't afford a ticket to go in, but he would listen from his car, roll the windows down, and he'd listen to the sound coming out of that, and he thought, someday I'm gonna be on that stage. And coming back and forth, you know, driving from Paducah to here, and eventually, though, he kind of put that dream down. He just realized that he'd grown up without a father, and Dad had left home when he was a baby, and alcohol had destroyed his life. So he had a lot to think through about, do I want to chase this dream and be away from my family, or do I want to stay home and be with my family? And in particular, I want to be able to be in church with him on the weekends, on Sunday. And so he made a decision to do that. So we started, as a result, gospel music became a real focal point of our life. First song I learned on the guitar was Folsom Prison Blues by Johnny Cash. So I learned about how to go to prison when I was about 6 years old, but then we started learning some hymns about how to
turn that around.
how to be set free. And we learned a lot of Bill Gaither songs. So I grew up singing Bill Gaither and Johnny Cash. You know, so it was an interesting mixture of music. And so I had this, you know, idea of, I wanted to play music. I loved it. Had a dream of doing that, started playing guitar and singing with my brother and singing with my family in church. But I wasn't sure. I started writing songs in high school, and the songs I wrote, just what naturally came out of me, were songs about my faith. They were, you know, gospel songs, Christian themed songs. And graduated from high school and drove to Nashville with my brother and auditioned at an amusement park called Opryland, USA. And I had an opportunity to work here in a show for that summer in 1981, Country Music USA.
We're going to take a short pause, but we'll continue our visit with Stephen Curtis Chapman right after this.
Favorite song of mine to perform, hands down, is Cowboys and Angels. And it's because I wrote that song with my grandparents in mind. It's a song about a true love and a love that lasts. And they've been high school sweethearts and married now for, I've lost count, 64 years, 65. I think we're going on 65 maybe. So it's amazing to see crowds sing their song at the top of their lungs. Is the coolest thing ever.
I really don't have a favorite. I really like performing all my songs. I will say Head Over Boots is one of my favorite. Dirt on My Boots, Can't Turn You Down, Tequila Little Time, Night Shift, What I Can't Put Down.
My favorite song to perform live is A Real Fine Place to Start. The first time I heard it, I immediately was attached to it and drawn to it. I love it because it's a love song, but it's fast and it's driving. You know, it's kind of like got this rock and guitar intro. Every night when I perform it on stage, I'm just like, I love that song. And it gives me chills every night.
Country, lifestyle, music, right here in The Circle. A network that offers you a variety of programming from classic country shows to westerns, country lifestyle, and legendary music performances. Country plays here, keeping The Circle unbroken with Opry Live on Saturday nights. Join us in The Circle.
Welcome back to the countdown. Okay, let's get this party started.
Hey, I'm Blair Garner. We're counting down the top 10 country outlaws.
She's the lady who's a total badass.
And you, Brantley Gilbert, are an outlaw.
He has a few arrests. In fact, Brantley sold t-shirts with his mugshots on it.
He took the church to the bar, slammed his Bible down, took a shot, and that's an outlaw.
Coming up on the Southern Weekend.
This is the most beautiful restaurant I've ever seen.
Our guests will feel like they've stepped out of Texas for a moment.
We both grew up in Seaforth, Australia.
You met at 3 years old.
A long time to hate someone.
I would love to learn how this works.
All the fiber that I spin here at the museum is from their own sheep.
This is the temple for bluegrass music. To get opportunities to play here and just a dream come true.
Some night and far from home.
We are so thankful the Poe Ramblin' Boys came by to spend some time with us today.
Treat her right, never wrong. Oh, how my girls can love.
Wish Opry was every night? We do too. So Circle is giving you an Opry show every weekday at 4 p.m. Central. Step into the Circle with us and your favorite artists. Watch Opry every day right here on the Circle.
Welcome back to Circle Sessions. I'm Nan Kelly. We're spending some time with Stephen Curtis Chapman. Shall we dive in?
We should just probably tell the pictures because this is a long story that ends up back to gospel music. But you got to take the little speed bump or the little, whatever it would be.
Check this out.
There you go. Wow.
Do you remember what character this was?
That was Ernest Tubb.
Ernest Tubb. That's what I was trying to think of.
Because I would flip the guitar over at the end and it said thanks.
Thanks.
That's right.
That's right.
Yeah. All right.
Check this one out. Talk about hair.
Wow. So there is the mullet.
Nice.
There it is, the mullet. What'd they say? Business in front, party in the back. Yeah. But
what was this?
This was the big moment, though, in the Country Music USA show, because we all know that it was basically the country music national anthem, He Stopped Loving Her Today by George Jones.
You sang that.
And I got that part. I was so excited. I mean, that was like the coveted,
if
you
role.
got to do George Jones, He Stopped Loving Her Today, that was a big moment. Roy Acuff was going to introduce me and bring me out on his segment. I walked out on stage, the Grand Ole Opry. My father is there, of course, just dying. And like my son is on the stage. That's where that was the stage, the Grand Ole Opry. My mom, my dad,
How old
my
were you?
grandmother. I was 19 years old. Yeah, wow. And I sang Now, mind you, I'd done this song, 200 times, because you sing it 5 times a day in the show.
6 days a week.
And I walked out on stage, and I started the song, and I sang the first line, He Stopped Loving Her Today, and I looked out, my mind just went, you're on the Grand Ole Opry. That's Roy Acuff. That's the Opry band. Your mom, your dad. And my mind just started racing through all these thoughts, and I forgot the words to He Stopped Loving Her Today.
Oh, no.
On the stage of the Grand Ole Opry, went totally blank, sang one line, and then I just went, and I kind of froze, and the band kept playing, and everybody in the audience is trying to help me. You can see their faces. They're all trying to help this poor kid. But I got through the song. Roy walked out, grabbed my arm. He said, well, Steve, that was really good, but sounds like you forgot the words there for just a moment. Did something happen? And this was the first thing that came to my mind. This was at a time when George was really struggling, and a lot of people knew him as No-Show Jones. He would come out and sing half a song and leave, and it just was not a good time in his life. And the first thing that came to mind was, I said, well, no, Roy, that's kind of how George would have done it. I just thought I'd do it like George.
Wow.
The audience fell out. Roy laughed. We walked off stage, and Roy said, son, I don't know what else you can do, but if you can pull that off in front of this audience, you just might have a career in this business.
God bless him.
So that was my first Opry performance, and I've been trying to live it down ever since.
Oh, don't live it down.
But I tell that story, and I've sung the song now probably 20 times from that stage. Whenever I get a chance, I sing it just to prove to that song I can still, I know the words to this song. But that was part of my journey that eventually would lead me back to gospel music. And it was interesting because I was sitting with my dad, and I'd been writing songs, and my father, who's actually been on this stage and sung with me.
Has he now?
Yes.
That was going to be another question for you.
He
made
has,
it.
Yes. But I remember sitting with my dad while I was working at Opryland, and I'd sung on the Grand Ole Opry, and my dad said, son, I know that the songs you write are gospel songs. But he said, what about country music? Because you've got this opportunity, you sang on the Grand Ole Opry. Yeah, you forgot the words, but you did all right after that. It's like you have these opportunities. Maybe God wants you to sing country music. I said, Dad, I would love that. I love country music. I'd love to do that. But when I sit down and just do what comes most natural, when I write the songs that come from my deepest place in my heart, these are the kind of songs that come out of me, and they're songs about my faith. Sometimes it's a song about, it doesn't have to always be a gospel song, but to have that freedom to be able to sing about my faith, up front, I said, that seems like kind of what God made me to do. So I think I'm going to at least chase that for a while and see. And here I am chasing it after that's probably 40 years ago. My first album came out about 35 years ago, which is crazy.
87, was it?
87, yeah. Isn't that crazy? Wow.
Stay with us on Circle Sessions. More with Stephen Curtis Chapman when we come back. Hey, I'm Lauren Elena.
Hey, I'm Riley Green.
Hey, I'm Tennille Townsend.
Join Circle All Access's Facebook group.
You'll be glad you did.
Hey everybody, Bobby Bones here, host of Opry Live. Circle Network is excited to start texting with you. We'll send some fun, personalized messages just for you, and sometimes someone special may be sending them. Maybe some of my friends, maybe even me.
Hi, I'm Clint Black. Tune in for my show Talking in Circles, where I interview some of my talented friends and get into the heart of what inspires them. Fans will have a chance to get to know and appreciate their favorite artists on a new level. We'll have some laughs and maybe a tear or two as we dive into some of their amazing stories. Be sure to watch my show, Talking in Circles, right here on Circle.
Coming up on this episode of Authentic America, we head to Bowling Green to learn how to make some of Kentucky's finest chocolates.
Next up, it's a short ride to Hopkinsville, Kentucky to check out the Casey Jones Distillery, where we learn the fine art of fine shine.
Then it's a visit to the home of America's sports car, the Corvette Museum.
All that in this episode of Authentic America.
We're back on Circle Sessions. Stephen Curtis Chapman is our guest today.
49 #1 hits you've had. I don't know, as an interviewer, as a person in this industry, that I've spoken to anyone with 49 #1 hits. And I want to go down a road with you, if you will oblige me. We can't hit all 49 because we'd be here for a long time, but just a few thoughts about each, if you will.
Absolutely.
Hold on to Jesus.
Oh, yeah. Simple phrase of that one, which is so true for me, is, and I try to think of the different places I've been influenced with this idea. Corrie ten Boom, the life of the great godly woman who endured the Holocaust, she would often talk about holding on loosely to things that are fleeting, that you can't hold on to anyway. Why do we hold on to things that we really, we really can't hold on to anyway? I love another great missionary, Jim Elliot, who said, "He is no fool who gives what he cannot keep to gain what he can never lose." And so I think these kinds of things that have gone into my soul and into my heart over the years that have have helped keep me centered and on track. In this song, I say, I want to hold on loosely to the things that are fleeting, and hold on to Jesus for life.
For all my life, with all my life. That's the line that hooked me. The Great Adventure, one of my favorites.
Yeah. It's funny, that song has actually just had a resurgence in a new movie.
It's in a movie.
Yeah, A Week Away, which is crushing it on Netflix
Just
right now.
came out.
Yeah, and it's like in the top 10 of all of movies on Netflix, and it's a musical. A couple of my songs made it into that movie, and one is The Great Adventure. Saddle up your horses, we got a trail to blaze. Not being much of a horseman myself, but the song itself was written out of just actually a pretty deep time of just things were taking off. My career was starting to go places I never would have imagined. I'm a dad, I'm a husband, I've got 3 kids at the time at home. My sweet wife is trying to figure out, how do I survive this? Because my husband's gone. There were some real struggles going on, and had been diagnosed with depression, clinical depression. But I was just trying to figure out how to love her well and do all of these things, and not sure I could. And I met actually with a group of friends and pastors and my record company people and managers, and just kind of poured my heart out. And it was one of those days that they just encouraged me, and really God just spoke through them some words of deep encouragement that kind of helped me say, you know what, this is going to be a crazy, wild ride, but as long as I have these people around me and my wife knows that I've got the accountability of this, that it's not going to be at the expense of my family and my marriage, that we're on this adventure together. And it kind of inspired me to write that song, and I'm so thankful that it's still alive. The song's still going.
Let's hit one more.
Yeah.
For the sake of the call.
I've written thematic albums many times through the years, and this was a theme that I was really just thinking a lot about, reading a lot of books, and I read a book that was way out of my league, but I felt like it was a book that I really wanted to try to chew my way through, written by a German theologian named Dietrich Bonhoeffer, who wrote a book called The Cost of Discipleship. And it's just a very weighty, but just packed with so much good stuff. And I came across this phrase, for the sake of the call, and how the disciples and the followers of Jesus throughout history, but especially in the beginning, it wasn't because it was going to get them applause, or it's probably going to get them killed. It was certainly going to get them, at best, persecuted and, mocked and whatever. But they followed Jesus simply because he called them, for the sake of the call. And I just thought, that's such a profound thing. I want to try to put that in a song. And so wrote that song. And it's another one that I still sing just about every concert, because I love the truth of it, and I love the song and just what it means to me.
We'll continue our visit with Stephen Curtis Chapman right after this. Stay with us.
Welcome back to the countdown. Okay, let's get this party started.
Hey, I'm Blair Garner. We're counting down the top 10 country outlaws.
She's the lady who's a total badass.
And you, Brantley Gilbert, are an outlaw.
He has a few arrests. In fact, Brantley sold T-shirts with his mugshots on it.
He took the church to the bar, slammed his Bible down, took a shot, and that's an outlaw.
Hi, I'm Clint Black. Tune in for my show Talking in Circles, where I interview some of my talented friends and get into the heart of what inspires them. Fans will have a chance to get to know and appreciate their favorite artists on a new level. We'll have some laughs and maybe a tear or two as we dive into some of their amazing stories. Be sure to watch my show Talking in Circles right here on Circle.
All alone some night and far from home.
We are so thankful the Poe Ramblin' Boys came by to spend some time with us today.
Treat her right, never wrong. Oh, how my girls can love.
Coming up on this episode of Authentic America, we head to Bowling Green to learn how to make some of Kentucky's finest chocolates.
Next up, it's a short ride to Hopkinsville, Kentucky to check out the Casey Jones Distillery, where we learn the fine art of fine shine.
Then it's a visit to the home of America's sports car, the Corvette Museum.
All that in this episode of Authentic America.
Coming up on the Southern Weekend.
This is the most beautiful restaurant I've ever seen.
Our guests will feel like they've stepped out of Texas for a moment.
We both grew up in Seaforth, Australia.
You met at 3 years old.
It's a long time to hate someone. Yes.
I would love to learn how this works.
All the fiber that I spin here at the museum is from their own sheep.
This is the temple for bluegrass music. To get opportunities to play here and just a dream come true.
Welcome back into Circle Sessions. I'm Nan Kelly with our guest today, Stephen Curtis Chapman.
Talking about calling, I love that you are, and I'm going to quote your wife here because I watched some of your videos on YouTube, helping children come home through the miracle of adoption. I understand you guys started that in 2003, I think. Yes, after you brought home your 3 girls from China.
Yeah.
What was that conversation like? How did this begin with you and your wife?
Yeah, well, so the adoption journey began. We have 3, my wife says 3 natural and 3 supernatural children. So our 3 natural children, oldest is Emily. She's now 35, has 3 little girls of her own with her husband Tanner. So I'm a grandpapa. My son Caleb, who has 2, a boy and a girl with his wife, and my son Will Franklin, who has a little girl. So we have 6 grandbabies now. But we have our 3 children. And then our oldest daughter came home from a trip to Haiti and had spent time with kids that didn't have a mom and dad. And it broke her heart. And her name is Emily, our oldest. And she said, Mom, Dad, she's 11 years old, said, I think we need to do something about this. I think we should adopt. We told her at 11 years old. I mean, and she was not just like, hey, that's an idea, now I'm gonna go play. It was like, I think this is what we're supposed to do. And of course, we told her that, look, 3 kids, this is it. We said, that's crazy. It's wonderful. You should do that when you get older and have your own home, but we're done. But she prayed and she talked and she, went on a campaign. And in March of 2000, we went to China and adopted Shohana, our first of what we would think would be the only, but would be the first of 3 daughters that we would eventually adopt from China. Stevie Joy would follow her, and then Maria. And but it was that first trip to China that we walked through the orphanage that our Shohana came from. And there was bed after bed after bed and child after child. And it broke my wife's heart, particularly my wife, mine as well. But she came home and said, there are millions of kids that don't have a family. And what are we going to do about that? We have our daughter now, and we know what we're going to do about this, and this is amazing, but it's like my heart's full, but my heart's broken. I don't know what to do with this reality. And we came home, and at the airport, as soon as we landed in Nashville to bring our daughter home, we had probably 3 or 4 families, even before we got out of the airport, that said something along the lines of, we would love to adopt someday, we just can't afford it. And my wife looked at them all and said, we got to figure this out. That's how Show Hope started. That's really how it began. We just wanted to help families experience the miracle of adoption. We wanted to help as many kids as we could have the miracle of a home and a family. And we've been able to, after all these many years, help almost, I think we're right at 7,000 children that have come home from 63 countries, a lot from the U.S., all over the world, into families, which has just been such a blessing for us.
I'm going to wrap you up here in just a second.
Okay.
But one last thing. A friend of mine said to me when he learned that I was going to speak to you today, said, you know, nobody embodies their music, lives their life like their music says, like Stephen Curtis Chapman. He is the real deal. He practices what he preaches. How do you, in this life of filled with tragedy and filled with good things, obviously, lots of good things, but the day-to-day, how do you stay the course?
You know, your friend Dennis, our mutual buddy Dennis Deering, you know, saying, and he's a good guy, or any of those, I take them so just with great gratitude and humility, because, you know, as we all know ourselves, I know the truth is, if they saw all of it, in fact, I wrote a song years ago called The Miracle of Mercy, and the lyrics said, if the truth was known and a light was shown on every hidden part of my heart, most would turn away, shake their heads, and say, he still has such a long way to go. If the truth was known, they'd see that the only good in me is Jesus. And, you know, it really is true, and it's not just a song lyric. It's not, I mean, you know, that is true, that God has been so faithful to put really wonderful people around me, having those people around us and seeking them out, and having an amazing wife, and having great friends and people I work with, my managers, and people that are in my life that know that these are the things that are most important to me and to us as a family, and have helped keep fanning that flame and you know, keep walking with me through this great adventure.
Hang on to Jesus with all my life.
Yes.
This has been a joy. I hope that in 30 years that number is racked up to 100, and we're back in the same spot. I was like, you got 100 number one, Stephen Curtis Chapman.
Still saddling up.
But can you still do
Can I
this?
still do? Oh boy,
Hold tight.
you're not going to show that
One
one,
last
are you?
thing. Oh, yes.
Boy. You know what? I'm just going to say right up front, I don't know how this picture got taken, because
I know.
it looks like I'm really
Can you
getting
still
it.
do that?
Look at that,
in
look
30
at that
years
toe
from now?
touch.
That's perfect.
I know.
That's
look at
just
that.
about flawless.
I know. I don't know how in the world I look at that picture and go, but how did these legs, because I am not a dancer. And Barry beside me
Barry
there,
Amato is the
he is
dancer.
the dancer. And you know, just the way the moment. I'm sure I was actually ahead. He was going to hit it just right. But somebody took me.
Always humble, Stephen Curtis Chapman.
He was all right. I was wrong. But, yeah.
What a joy to meet you. God bless you. Continue to bless you. Thank you for giving me this time. I've said this to a few people that I've gotten to talk to, but you feel like you make a new friend when you sit down and you can share heart-to-heart information with someone. And that's why so many people around the world love you, love your ministry, love you and your family. We wish you many more years of all of that.
Thank you.
God bless you. Thank you for joining us on Circle Sessions, everyone.
Cold Beer's got 12 ounces. Good truck's got maybe 300,000. You only get so much until it's gone. Duracells and a mag light, need a drop on 45. All the kind of things that only last so long. 'Cause the new wears off and they get to getting old. Sooner or later, time's gonna take its toll. They say nothing lasts forever, but they ain't seen us together, or the way the moonlight dances in your eyes. Just a t-shirt in the kitchen with no makeup and a million other things that I could look at my whole life. A love like that makes a man have second thoughts. Maybe some things last forever after all. FM station on the outskirts, blue jeans after years of shift work are fading out like I always knew they would. The strings on this guitar, the first love lost on a young heart, those things are gonna break after the getting's good. 'Cause the new wears off and they get to getting old. Yes, sooner or later, time's gonna take its toll. They say nothing lasts forever, but they ain't seen us together, or the way the moonlight dances in your eyes. Just a t-shirt in the kitchen with no makeup and a million other things that I could look at my whole life. A love like that makes a man have second thoughts. Maybe some things last forever after all. They say nothing lasts forever, but they ain't seen us together, or the way the moonlight dances in your eyes. And I know there'll be that moment the good Lord calls one of us home, and one won't have the other by their side. But heaven knows that that won't last too long. Maybe some things last forever after all. After all.
Wow, what an awesome song from a great artist. That is Luke Combs, everybody, but you probably already knew that. In a little bit, we'll hear from the always smiling Nico Moon, and coming up later, the Opry debut of George Thorogood. All that right there, that's an avalanche of awesome. Hello, friends. It is Bobby Bones. I'm back. I'm glad you're here. Welcome to Opry Live, and I know I say this a lot, but tonight it's double true. For all of you who tuned into the show, if you're on Circle Network, Peacock, Roku Channel, Samsung TV Plus, Vizio Free Watch, or the Zumo app, you're going to be so glad that you are right here tonight. And one of those reasons is on that stage right now. I'm blessed to call him a friend. He is a good dude, and I think he speaks to all of us when he sings any of his songs. Here again is Luke Combs.
How are y'all doing tonight, man? This feels good. I'll tell you what, I have not been on a stage in front of anyone in a long time. A long time. And I thought I was going to pass out during the last one. I think I got a little too excited. But I'm telling you, I can't explain to you guys how good it feels just to see human beings sitting in a room together. I really cannot explain to you. I've been cooped up
in my garage playing songs on the internet, and I've played one show, maybe 2 shows with my band in the last year. One of those was 5 songs, one of them was 1 song. And it's just really weird. It's been really strange, and it feels incredible to be at the Grand Ole Opry tonight. It feels incredible to see you guys sitting out here, and we're gonna play some damn fine country music for you tonight. And this is one I wrote some years ago. So y'all enjoy it, boys, whenever you're ready. Sunday morning, man, she woke up fighting mad, bitching and moaning on and on about the time I had. And by Tuesday, you could say that girl was good as gone. Then when Thursday came around, I was all alone. So I went for a drive to clear my mind, ended up at a shell on I-65. Then I won $100 on a scratch off ticket, bought 2 12-packs and a tank of gas with it. She swore they were a waste of time, oh, but she was wrong. I was calling number 5 on a radio station, won a 4-day, 3-night beach vacation. Deep sea senorita fishing down in Panama. Now you gotta see my ex-future mother-in-law anymore. Oh Lord, when it rains, it pours. She was sure real quick to up and apologize when she heard about my newfound luck on that FM dial. And it's crazy how lately that just seems to come in waves. What I thought was gonna be the death of me was my saving grace. It's got me thinking that her leaving is the only logical reason that I got the last spot in the Hooters parking lot, and the waitress left her number on my check with a heart. She picked up on the first ring when I gave her a call. I only spent $5 at the Moose Club raffle, won a used 4-wheeler and 3 free passes for me and 2 of my buddies to play around at golf. Now you gotta see my ex-future mother-in-law anymore. Oh Lord, when it rains, it pours. When it rains, it pours. I've been on one hell of a redneck road for 3 weeks now. It all started on the day that she walked out. Then I won $100 on a scratch-off ticket, bought 2 12-packs and a tank of gas with it. She swore they were a waste of time, oh, but she was wrong. I was calling number 5 on a radio station, on a 4-day, 3-night beach vacation. Deep sea senorita fishing down in Panama. And I ain't gotta see my ex-future mother-in-law anymore. Oh Lord, when it rains, it pours. When it rains, it pours. It sure does, baby.
Tonight's Opry performance is brought to you by Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's. Let's get back to nature.
Luke Combs, everybody. Oh my goodness. I hope y'all can feel the tangible difference at home of the energy in this room tonight. I mean, from the moment the curtain went up and he was just standing there on stage, this place erupted. And it's crazy because we only have 400 more people than we have been having, but we are up to 33% capacity. We got 1,500 people in the house tonight. It feels so good, and it feels completely different. I can't explain it, but the energy in here is just, I mean, we are gonna get through this. That's the whole point here. So the good news is we have shows not just on Saturday nights, but we've got them on Tuesday nights and on Friday nights, and it's 1,500 people here, so there's a lot more tickets available at Opry.com. Make sure you go to Opry.com. We'd love to have you in the room with us. It's so great. Everybody's wearing their masks and staying far enough apart from each other that we keep getting to add more people. It's awesome. And coming up on the Opry are folks such as Ronnie Millsap, Phil Moore, Steve Warner, Lindsay L., my girl, and Jamie Johnson and Randy Houser together. How fun is that combo? I want to see that one. That's so awesome, man. I love Jamie Johnson show. I got to tour with him. I almost said last year. Last year is just a whole wash, isn't it? It was the year before when I was actually touring. But man, that guy puts on such an incredible show. Now, another show that is so much fun that we've been talking about for the last few weeks is this Circle Country Countdown. So it's the top 10 lists. It's best of all kinds of different things. Last week they had the hair episode, which obviously I've been trying to get into. I did make my way into that episode for a quick moment. But this week we've got top 10 country outlaws of all time. Now, who would be on your country outlaw list? You need to tell us who you put on there. I mean, obviously, we have to have Waylon. We've got to have Willie. We've got to have Johnny Cash. I mean, these days, though, like, who would be a current? It would definitely be Eric Church would make it on that list, right? You guys need to let us know who you think should be on there. Circle Country Countdown Top 10 Country Outlaws of All Time will be airing this Wednesday night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern and 7:30 p.m. Central. I love it when you guys start commenting on this and tell us who you think should be there. Last week at the Ryman, they were screaming them out to me, and it was so much fun. But right now, we got more show to get to here at Opry Live, so I'm going to throw it back stage to Mr. Bobby Bones, y'all.
Hey friends, welcome back to Opry Live. I'm Bobby Bones. Well, this next guy is from a small town, living in the shadow of a big city. And if you listen closely, you can hear it in his songs. With the appealing blend of rural Douglasville, easygoing country, and a big city Atlanta beat, his music is something everybody needs in every playlist, right? No matter what mood you're in, his songs always seem to say, happiness is found in the simple things. And you know it's true by the smile on his face. I love this guy. Here is Nico Moon.
Yeah. How y'all doing? So I just got to see my favorite country artist perform, Luke Combs. And now I get to play at the Opry, so as far as days go, this is a pretty good day for me, I ain't gonna lie. It's so great to see all of y'all, to not see y'all inside of a screen, you know, like actually in person. How many people, is this y'all's first time seeing some live music in a long time? That's awesome. I love it. I love it, y'all. You ready? Am I good to play? I think I'm good to play. I'm not sure. They told me to talk for a minute. It's been a minute about, right? Feels like a minute. Y'all, I'm so excited about this song right here that I'm about to play for y'all. This is my second single that's going to radio. So it just went to radio this week. And this song's called No Sad Songs, y'all. Life is too short to not enjoy it, right? So we're getting back to living. Let's have fun, everybody. No sad songs. Well, I don't want to hear no sad songs. Yeah, I'm out here cutting it loose. You think it's hunting season by the way I'm killing the goose. Hey, it's got me feeling the groove. Two-stepping with my baby, breaking in these Lucchese boots. So play something we can sing to. Play something we can raise hell and a drink to. Don't get me going just to go and slow it down. Pour up another round. 'Cause I don't wanna hear no sad songs. I just wanna have some fun tonight. Dancing all the way till the last call. Drink in my hand got me feeling right. It's been a long week, a gone wrong week. So keep that good time spinning on repeat, yeah. I don't wanna hear no sad songs. I don't wanna hear no sad songs. Come on, play that wagon wheel. Turn up that Sweet Home Alabama. Give me all of the feels. Come on. Don't forget the chicken fried. I want it served up with a little sweet Caroline. So play something we can sing to. Play something we can raise hell and a drink to. Don't get me going just to go and slow it down. Pour up another round. Come on, y'all. I don't want to hear no sad songs. I just want to have some fun tonight. Dancing all the way till the last call. Drink in my hand got me feeling right. It's been a long week, a gone wrong week. So keep that good time spinning on repeat, yeah. I don't want to hear no sad songs. I don't want to hear no sad songs. Oh, no sad songs. We ain't got no time for no sad songs, y'all. Come on and play something we can sing to. Play something we can raise hell and a drink to. Don't get me going just to go and slow it down. Pour up another round. 'Cause I don't want to hear no sad songs. I just want to have some fun tonight. Dancing all the way till the last call. Drink in my hand got me feeling right. It's been a long week, a gone wrong week. So keep that good time spinning on repeat, yeah. I don't want to hear no sad songs. I don't want to hear no sad songs. Oh, no sad songs. I don't want to hear no sad songs. Woo! We got the Nashville Choir up in here. How much y'all charge? I'm gonna take y'all on the road. There you go. Y'all sound good. Oh my God. So this is my third time getting to play the Opry, y'all. Oh my God, heart's beating. Third time, still 100% as nervous as my first time. So I thought it was gonna kind of like go down each time. It is not working out that way for me personally. But it's such an honor, it's such a blessing to be here. Every single artist I've ever loved and respected and looked up to has stood in this circle. And right now I get to be on their shoulders and it's just a big honor. Thank y'all so much for coming and hanging out tonight. This song right here is my very first song I've ever released as an artist. It's my very first #1. But most importantly, this song is the song that got me connected to all of y'all. And for that, I'm eternally grateful. I'm so blessed to have a spot at the country music table. Thank y'all for embracing me and digging what I do. Let's have a good time, y'all. We just trying to catch a good time. Even if it takes all night. Pass that bottle around the campfire. Sipping apple pie moonshine. Yeah, we picking on them guitars just right. Everybody singing Dixieland delight. Like a bobber on a wet line. We just trying to catch a good time. 80 degrees and the sun ain't even out. We got a spot a couple miles out of town. When that moon comes up, you know it's going down. We got them folding chairs leaning way back. No other plans other than to relax. And we ain't worried about tomorrow from where we at. We just trying to catch a good time, even if it takes all night. Pass that bottle around the campfire, sipping apple pie moonshine. Yeah, we picking on them guitars just right. Everybody singing Dixieland delight, like a bobber on a wet line. We just trying to catch a good time. Way down here we all got that southern drawl. We take our time when we talking, hey y'all. Yeah, it don't take much for us to have it all. Just something about a night this clear makes your problems disappear. So we just gonna stay right here and let the world go by. See you, world. 'Cause we just trying to catch a good time, even if it takes all night. Pass that bottle around the campfire, sipping apple pie moonshine. Yeah, we picking on them guitars just right. Everybody singing Dixieland delight, like a bobber on a wet line. We just trying to catch a good time. Something about a night this clear makes your problems disappear. So we just gonna stay right here and let the world go by. We just trying to catch a good time, even if it takes all night. Pass that bottle around the campfire, sipping apple pie moonshine. Yeah, we picking on them guitars just right. Everybody singing Dixieland delight, like a bobber on a wet line. We just trying to catch a good time. Yeah, we trying to catch a good time. Y'all help me out. Good time. Yeah, we trying to catch a good time. Yeah, we trying to catch a good time. Good time. Yeah, we trying to catch it. That's right. A good time. Yeah, we trying to catch a good time. Good time. Yeah, we trying to catch a good time. Good time. All three. I think I got a bite, y'all. Thank you.
Love me some Nico Moon. Isn't he so good? And I love that his newest song is called No Sad Songs. That's so perfect for Nico. He's one of those guys that anytime I've ever run into him, I've written with him a few times, he always has a smile on his face. He's always so much fun, and you know you're gonna write a great song, and you know you're gonna write a feel-good song when you write with Nico. And so those two songs, that's so perfect, and I'm so happy to see his career taking off the way it is. Everybody in here was singing the words with him, so much fun. Now, before we go any further, we have a little message from our friends at Geico. When it comes to saving money on car insurance, Geico hits all the right notes, y'all. You could save hundreds on your car insurance and enjoy benefits like top-notch 24/7 service, fast, fair claim handling, coverage for your RV, your boat, your motorcycle, and more, and homeowners and renters insurance, all through Geico Insurance Agency. Visit geico.com or call 1-800-947-AUTO or visit your local Geico office for a free rate quote today. Thank you so much, Geico. All right, now it's time for one of my favorite segments. This is the Circle Release of the Week. And this is a song that I am such a big fan of. It's an artist that I'm a super fan of. Her name is Lainey Wilson. Y'all know her if you've been tuning in because she was on the Opry not too long ago and she sang this song. It's called Things a Man Ought to Know. This song is so beautiful, and it's connecting in so many ways with people everywhere. Her streaming has been going through the roof. It's so cool to see this thing take off for her, and I'm so excited that this is the one that we're highlighting. So, I mean, Lainey started writing music when she was 9 years old. She's from Louisiana. I actually get to talk to her about it on my show, The Southern Weekend, that you guys will see on an upcoming episode. But this song specifically it's so thought-provoking, and it just feels like the next level of Lainey's songwriting. She's such an incredible songwriter, and that's always shown through in her music, but this one is really connecting and making a splash. So you guys, check out Things a Man Ought to Know. It's on her new album, Saying What I'm Thinking, which she just released a couple months ago. So support Miss Lainey Wilson. She's the best. And right now, we got more show to get to. Going backstage to Bobby Bones.
Welcome back to Opry Live. Hey guys, I'm Bobby Bones. We're finally getting warm weather here in Nashville, and not only does that mean that the fish are biting, but it also means the glory days of backyard barbecues and weekend tailgating are coming, and Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's, they're here to help you raise your cookout game. So check out their smokers, their fish fryers, their coolers, and believe me, you'll be inspired to create a whole new signature dish. All right, 10 years before I was born, this next guy was busy riveting rock and roll together with Chicago blues. When he released a rework of Bo Diddley's Who Do You Love, everyone suddenly knew he was a fire that could not be put out. But that fire also included a love for country music. He's recorded songs by both Johnny Cash and Hank Sr., but most of us know him as the guy who is bad to the bone. Making his Opry debut, here is George Thorogood.
I'm a steady rolling man, and I roll boat night and day. I'm a steady rolling man, and I roll boat night and day. I ain't got no loving sweet woman, woo-hoo, to roll this way. I am the man that roll when icicles hanging from a tree. I am the man who roll when icicles hanging from a tree. I ain't got no loving sweet woman, woo-hoo, to be rolling this away. You can't get your sweet woman everything she want at one time. You can't get your sweet woman everything she want at one time. A girl got rambling on her mind, woo-hoo, some other man on her mind. I'm a steady rolling man, and I roll boat night and day. I'm a steady rolling man, and I roll boat night and day. Well, I ain't got no loving sweet mama, woo-hoo, to be rolling my way. Thank you.
If you can believe it, ladies and gentlemen, George Thorogood is speechless. And we'd like to dedicate this next song to a great American, Mr. Johnny Cash. And of course, to the woman who loved him, June Carter Cash. Thank you. Early one morning while making the rounds, I took a shot of cocaine. I shot my baby down. Shot her down, then I went to bed. Well, I stuck that loving 44 beneath my head. Woke up next morning and I grabbed that gun. I took a shot of cocaine, away I run. Made a good run, but I run too slow. They overtook me down in Juarez, Mexico. Laid in the high joint, taking the pill. In walked the sheriff from Jericho Hill. Willie, your name is not Jack Brown. You're the dirty hack and shot your woman down. Yes, oh yes, my name is Willie Lee. If you got a warrant, you better read it to me. Shot her down cause she made me sore. I thought it was her daddy, but she had 5 more. When I was arrested, I was dressed in black. Put me on a freight train and hauled me back. I had no friend to go my bail. They stuck my dried up carcass in that San Quentin jail. Courtroom where my trial began, where I was judged by 12 honest men. Just as the jury started walking out, I saw that little judge commence to look about. And walked the step with his head in his hand, holding the verdict in his right hand. The verdict read in the first degree, and I shouted, Lordy, Lordy, please have mercy on me. The judge, he smiled when he picked up his pen. 99 years in the San Quentin pen. 99 years underneath that ground. I can't forget the day I shot that bad witch down. Come on, you hotheads, listen up to me. Stay off that whiskey and let that cocaine be. Ladies and gentlemen, I once, more than on one occasion, I had the pleasure of meeting Johnny Cash. I said I had the pleasure of meeting Johnny Cash. I met June Carter Cash, too. And they thought I was a really cool guy. All right. I come in last night about 10:30. That baby of mine wouldn't let me in. Moving on over, rock it on over. Move over, little dog, cause a mean old dog moving in. She told me not to mess around, but I done let the deal go down. Moving on over, rock it on over. Move over, little dog, cause a mean old dog moving in. Listen to me, dog, before you start to whine.
Whether you rent or own, Geico makes it easy to bundle home and auto insurance. Go to geico.com today.
George Thorogood, everybody. This place is going nuts. George Thorogood.
That's me.
Oh, my goodness.
I can't believe it's really me.
I can't believe it's really you either. I can't believe I'm getting to talk to you right
You
now.
want to stand here?
Oh, yeah, there you go. We can be a little bit closer, not too close, but that was amazing.
We could.
Do you even know what just happened?
You just.
Were you nervous for that?
Not as nervous as I am right now.
Oh, sweet talker right here.
You said we could get a little closer. Is that a promise?
That was so amazing. I mean, somebody told me that you were nervous for this, and I don't buy that for a second.
Excited.
Excited.
Not nervous.
Okay.
The day I get nervous is the day I stop.
Well, and I can't imagine with all the places that you've played that anything really makes you nervous. Love your set list. Love your song choice.
Thank you.
Those are all songs that you have made famous, but you obviously put a lot of thought into that because Robert Johnson, Johnny Cash, Hank Sr. all recorded.
We try to touch all the bases.
Yeah.
You know.
Wow.
I hope we haven't left anybody out.
You have done amazingly well. Thank you so much for chatting with us and talking to us. Enjoy this night. Look at this guy. How amazing. George Thorogood, who knew we'd get to hang out with him on the Grand Ole Opry? I love it. I love how you never know what's going to happen on any given night here. And I had no idea that he was photobombing me earlier, you guys. Hey, as always, we want to give a big shout out to Bass Pro Shops founder, Mr. Johnny Morris, for making moments like this and nights like this possible here at the Opry, keeping that circle unbroken. So incredible. And something that Bobby was talking about earlier, you know, we're all getting excited about getting outside right now and going to Bass Pro Shops and stocking up on our hunting and fishing gear, but there's something else that we need to be thinking about, especially with Memorial Day coming up, and that's the eating side of things. And I didn't even realize how great all these deals are on smokers, fish fryers, coolers, camping chairs, sun canopies, all the necessities for the best cookout ever. So stock up at BassPro.com or Cabela's.com. And you guys, it's already time to get to more show. So I'm going to throw it backstage to Bobby Bones once again.
Welcome back to Opry Live. I'm Bobby Bones. You know, it's really rare when you come across someone who has a deep understanding of life and then explains it to the rest of us in a very simple way. It's even more of a treasure when that person is a gifted singer-songwriter. Well, this next guy is all that and more. His music tells true tales of daily life, stories of tall beers, trash tarts, and true love, and all delivered with a massive but agile voice. If you ask me, you want this guy's music coming out of every speaker in your life. Here is Luke Combs.
You know, seeing as I haven't played it so long, I figured I would do a brand new song for you guys tonight. My buddy Eric Dillon showed up at my house the other day, and he played me a song a while ago that he had started with a guy named James Slater, and I just thought it was real awesome, and we finished it together, and I guess the title of this song would be called Joe. So just hear me out and tell me what you think. I got a job and my name's Joe. Spend my days at the Texaco. Never show up late, never show up drunk. 'Cause when I get half lit, I'm a loaded gun. Made a couple wrong turns, did county time. I do everything I can to stay between the lines. Got a couple good buddies that all drop in, say it's good to see you, brother man, how you been? I can't complain, I'm doing all right, sleeping pretty good, staying dry. Thank the Lord every morning with a sweet amen for how far I come from where I've been. So here's to good days, better tomorrows, and a light at the end of the bottle. Some battles are fought on foreign shores. Some are fought behind closed doors. Some fall from grace. Some lose their wings. Some find the peace salvation brings. I got a couple good buddies that all drop in. Say it's good to see you, brother man, how you been? I can't complain, I'm doing all right. Sleeping pretty good, staying dry. Thank the Lord every morning with a sweet amen for how far I come from, where I've been. So here's to good days and better tomorrows and a light at the end of the bottle. Here's to good days, here's to living, and here's to old sins being forgiven. And a couple good buddies that all drop in. Say it's good to see you, brother man, how you been? I can't complain, I'm doing all right. Sleeping pretty good, staying dry. Thank the Lord every morning with a sweet amen for how far I come from, where I've been. So here's to good days, better tomorrow, and a light at the end of the bottle. At the end of the bottle. Thank y'all. Thank you very much. Let me just tune up here, boys, and then I'll play you some stuff that you know. How about that? That sounds like a good one. Well, once again, thanks for being here. It feels incredible just to be on stage playing something. And, you know, I met a girl a while ago, and we got married this past year, and it has been so incredible. And I'm gonna play you the first song that I ever wrote for her before we were even dating. This one's called Beautiful Crazy. Y'all check it out. Her day starts with a coffee, ends with a wine. Takes forever getting ready, so she's never on time for anything. But she gets that come get me look in her eyes. It kinda scares me, the way that she drives me wild. She drives me wild. Beautiful, crazy, she can't help but amaze me. The way that she dances, ain't afraid to take chances, and wears her heart on her sleeve. Yes, she's crazy, but her crazy's beautiful to me. She makes plans for the weekend, can't wait to go out, till she changes her mind, says let's stay on the couch and watch TV. And she falls asleep. Beautiful, crazy, she can't help but amaze me. The way that she dances, ain't afraid to take chances, and wears her heart on her sleeve. Yes, she's crazy, but her crazy's beautiful to me. She's unpredictable, unforgettable. It's unusual, unbelievable. How I'm such a fool, yeah, I'm such a fool for her. Beautiful, crazy, she can't help but amaze please me. The way that she dances, ain't afraid to take chances, and wears her heart on her sleeve. Yes, she's crazy. She's crazy. She's crazy. But her crazy's beautiful to me. Her crazy's beautiful to me.
Tonight's Opry performance is in association with Shriners Hospitals for Children.
Luke Combs, y'all, still killing him here in the Opry House. Man, people are standing up now. He's just standing there. It's amazing. I mean, that guy, the number of songs that he's already had go #1 is insane to me. I've been trying to count it up because he's only released 2 albums, and his first song came out in 2016. And he's already had, I think, 11 #1s. I'm not sure how many exactly. I've lost count. But it's just the amount of success that he has had in such a short amount of time. There's no doubt as to why. He's so incredible, and you see it tonight in all of these amazing songs. And I'm very excited that we get to talk to him after the show and ask him all of these questions. Now, we're going to do another Geico Green Room as soon as the show's over, so be sure and check it out right when the show's over. I'm going to head back to Studio A backstage, and Luke's going to join me, and we're going to talk all about his hit song career and many other things. So go to GeicoGreenroom.com and check out that interview. I'm very, very excited to talk to him. It's going to be such a fun night, and you can tell how much fun he's having. He has been grinning harder than I've ever seen him grin. It's so much fun. And, next week on Opry Live, get ready, y'all. So next week on the show, we've got Ronnie Millsap, love him. Priscilla Block is making her debut. So excited for her. If y'all have been watching the Circle Country Countdown, you've seen Priscilla Block and her amazing personality, and I can't wait for you guys to hear her singing too. And Home Free and Dylan Scott's on the show. Woo! It's going to be a good one. I'm going on the road with Dylan Scott with Runaway June and Luke Bryan in August. I'm so excited about that. We just announced that yesterday. You guys, I want to give some shout outs because so many of you are commenting. Oh, Granny Fernie says hi from Perth, Scotland. Hi, Granny Fernie. Oh, Carlos from Brazil. Carlos, way in Brazil watching tonight. Hello to you. James Smith in Scotland. Man, we got a lot of Scotland here. Bobby Joe from Colorado. Hello to Amy in Sugar Land, Texas. You guys, it's so fun to see all of these comments come in. Jill says, not in East Syracuse, New York today, but watching from Lake Buena Vista, Florida. Well, all over the country, huh? All right, that's it for me. More show going backstage now to Bobby Bones.
Another night of amazing music, but that's how we do it here at the Opry every week. Thanks to Luke Combs, Nico Moon, and George Thorogood for sharing their talent. And if you want more, it's up there. Go to GeicoGreenroom.com. Go after the show. Hang out with Natalie and Luke Combs. You will love it. Okay, one more time. Here is Luke Combs. Good night, friends.
Daddy, I'm afraid. Won't you stay a little while? Keep me safe, 'cause there's monsters right outside. Daddy, please don't go, 'cause I don't want to be alone. In the second that you're gone, they're gonna know. Before he went to bed, he grabbed my hand and said, just 'cause I'm leaving, it don't mean I won't be right by your side. When you need me, you can't see me in the middle of the night. Just close your eyes and say a prayer. It's okay, I know you're scared when I'm not here, but I'll always be right there. Even though I'm leaving, I ain't going nowhere. Uncle Sam don't like to wait. He's got a big old plane that's gonna take me far away. I know I act tough, but there's a churning in my gut, 'cause I just can't call you up when things get rough. Before I left, he hugged my neck and said, just 'cause you're leaving, it don't mean I won't be right by your side. When you need me, you can't see me in the middle of the night. Just close your eyes and say a prayer. It's okay, I know you're scared I might be here, but I'll always be right there. Even though you're leaving, I ain't going nowhere. Y'all give it up for the Opry Band now, come on. Daddy, I'm afraid, won't you stay a little while? Never thought I'd see the day I had to say goodbye. Daddy, please don't go, 'cause I can't do this on my own. There's no way that I can walk this road alone. Daddy grabbed my hand and said, just 'cause I'm leaving, it don't mean I won't be right by your side. When you need me and you can't see me in the middle of the night, just close your eyes and say a prayer. It's okay, boy, I ain't scared, I won't be here, but I'll always be right there. 'Cause even though I'm leaving, I ain't going nowhere. I ain't going nowhere. Thank you guys, man. Did y'all have a good time tonight? Man. Goodness gracious. Thank you guys so much for being here again. It's just unbelievable feeling just to be standing up here. You have no idea what it feels like to just play songs to nobody for 15 months and then be in front of this kick-ass crowd at the Grand Ole Opry. It's unbelievable. This was my first song that came out on country radio, and I can't believe it, honestly. This is my first #1, and I have 10 now, thanks to people like you. And I can't wait to write 1,000 more of them and keep playing them, you know. But if you guys know this one, I would encourage you to sing along with me tonight. And if anything, for me, I just haven't heard a crowd sing a song in so long, and I would love to hear you guys sing the words to this song. Thank you for coming to the Grand Ole Opry. My name is Luke Combs. We love you. This song is called Hurricane. Hadn't had a good time since you know when. Got talked into going out with hopes you were staying. I was feeling like myself for the first time in a long time, till I bumped into some of your friends over there talking your mind. Then you rolled in with your hair in the wind, baby, without warning. I was doing all right, but just your side had my heart storming. The moon went high, the stars quit shining, rain was driving, thunder, lightning. You made my whole world when you came. Hit me like a hurricane. Hit me like a hurricane. talking about us again. If I would've just laid my drink down and walked out, well, I wouldn't be in my truck driving us to your house. But you rode in with your hair in the wind, baby, without warning. I was doing alright, but just your side had my heart storming. The moon went high and stars quit shining, rain was driving, thunder, lightning, you wrecked my whole world the way you came. Hit me like a hurricane. You hit it like a hurricane. You hit me category 5 with your smile, blew me away. Girl, it ain't but midnight. You done killed the lights, bent my heart back to your bedside. Sing it with me, Grand Ole Opry, come on. Then you rolled in with your hair in the wind, baby, without warning. I was doing alright, but just your side had my heart storming. The moon went high and stars quit shining, rain was driving, thunder, lightning, you wrecked my whole world the way you came. Hit me like a hurricane. You hit me like a hurricane. Oh, you hit me like a hurricane. You hit me like a hurricane. Thank you guys so much. My name is Luke Combs. I hope you love the Grand Ole Opry. We love you, baby. We'll see y'all next time. Ladies and gentlemen, Grand Ole Opry star Luke Combs.
Welcome, everyone, to another Geico Green Room. I'm your host, Natalie Stovall, hanging out backstage at the Grand Ole Opry House in, once again, the iconic Studio A. And y'all, it is always an incredible night when we have the massive voice and talent of Mr. Luke Combs with us. Tonight was absolutely no exception to that. So while the Opry audience is still busy picking themselves up off the floor, he's going to be making his way right after that last note over here to chat with us tonight, and we're so excited to talk to him. Now, before he gets here, let's brag on him a little bit. This guy, in 2016, so not that long ago, self-released his first single, Hurricane, which clearly started a storm that we've all been craving. And ever since then, every single, the list doesn't end of all the greatness that you've achieved in such a short amount of time.
Yeah, it's been good. Yeah, it's been good. It's a
amazing.
solid list. For
What?
sure.
Okay, I can't even keep up. Is it 11 number ones?
10. Well, it's 10. I have one as a writer though, so I have 11 that I've written 11.
That's the
but
thing
10.
is that you've written so many songs for other artists too.
mhm.
It's just incredible.
Yeah, it's been. I've been lucky for sure. Lucky
You
guy.
absolutely have. Very quick story. I was there at Key West Songwriters Festival playing
Yep.
right at midnight when Hurricane went number one.
Yeah.
We got you up on
Yeah,
stage, and that
yeah,
was such
yeah.
a cool moment.
Yeah, that was crazy.
I think I was sitting closer to you than I am
Yeah,
now, and
yeah.
it was just like to be able to witness kind of the start of that was so cool.
Yeah, it's you know, obviously this year's been real different.
Yeah.
But you know, I think we all made the best out of it, and you know, luckily I was able to have some songs that still did it's real good, and so I'm thankful for that. You know?
I have no doubt you've been writing a ton too.
I have, yeah, I've been writing a lot. I've probably written 40 or 50 songs
Oh
this
my
year,
goodness.
something like that. So
Well, that's such a blessing to come out of this time.
yeah, for
So
sure.
let's go back to when itty bitty Luke was growing up.
Mm-hmm.
And do you remember the first song that you heard that wasn't a children's song that you really latched onto?
The first song that I ever heard, there's probably like 3 that would be probably like maybe Fast Car is one of the first ones.
Cool.
Hardworking Man, Brooks and
Okay.
Dunn, and probably Don't Let Our Love Start Slipping Away, Vince Gill. Those are the three that really stand out
That's amazing.
as like the first music things that I remember.
Who was your favorite country band as a kid?
Brooks and Dunn and Vince Gill for sure. Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Vince was my first that was my first concert.
Was it
Vince, yeah.
really?
Yep, I was
Wow.
6. Yeah.
Who was influencing your love of music back then? Like, was that coming from your parents or cousins or?
I mean, my parents always played, like they always had music playing in the house. Like neither of them they don't play instruments or do anything like that. But they were always listening to music. And so I think I just kind of took to it, really. It wasn't like anyone was like, hey, you should do this or.
Yeah.
Like I just started singing when I was little. I mean, as long as I can remember, I've been singing.
Wow.
It's just something I did. I don't know.
And you were in a bunch of vocal groups and stuff in high school,
Yeah,
right?
I was. Yeah, I did all kind of different stuff in high school and college too. and-
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I read that you played Carnegie Hall in high school.
I did. Yep, I did. I was probably 16 or something like
I
that.
mean,
yeah.
That's incredible. What was that like?
I don't think it's like you can understand the scope of it when you're 16. you
Sure,
know?
yeah.
Like it was just like, oh, we're going to play at this thing, and everybody tells you how cool it is, and then you do it, and you're like, oh man. And then later you're like, man, I guess that was pretty cool. you
Yeah.
know? It was just like all of the incredibleness of the situation is like lost on you at that age. I
Yeah.
think, in some ways.
Yeah.
So it was. I mean, it was awesome.
Yeah.
Story I'm proud to tell for sure.
Kind of crazy to be able to check off a bucket list item like that
Right.
at 16.
Right.
Like, yeah, you're right. It's really hard to appreciate
Yeah.
something like that. So you moved to Nashville in 2014,
Mhm.
right?
Yep.
Okay.
Mhm.
So it wasn't that long after that everything really started taking off. And,
Yeah.
I mean, you had your debut on the Opry in 2016.
Yeah. So not that long ago. It's pretty wild.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was quick, but I had been doing it in North Carolina for probably 4 years at that point.
Mhm.
Like just playing any show. I mean, 3-4 shows a week kind of thing for at least 2 years. I did that.
Wow. When
And
was
so-
your first public performance back in North Carolina, like when you first got up on stage for one of your shows?
That was probably in 2012.
Okay.
Maybe 2011.
Do
Maybe.
you remember the venue?
Yeah, it's called Parthenon Cafe. Was the name of it. It was in Boone, North Carolina.
All right.
It no longer exists. It
Aw.
was out of business. R.I.P. I got to play my first show there.
Do you remember your set list? Like, what did you open with?
I probably played. Let me see what I was doing then. I was probably playing Cruise. That was probably the big
Yep.
song.
2012. That would have
that was
been.
coming
Yep.
out right then. Probably like Running Out of Moonlight, Randy Houser.
yeah.
That kind of like anything that was on the radio at that, like, you know, of course, Friends in Low Places and stuff. But
Yeah, yeah.
anything that was like a big single at that time, you just kind of like learned it.
Yeah.
It was kind of like playing on Broadway, but in North Carolina.
Yeah. I mean,
Like-
a college crowd. So,
Right.
yeah.
Like nobody was coming that first year. Nobody was coming to like hear me or do my songs. You know what I mean? Like it was.
Did
just,
you start with your songs in that first performance, or did that come later?
I think I had 2 or 3, but I mean, I play for 3 hours, so it's
Yeah.
like, you know, it's like 5 minutes of the show is
Yeah.
like my songs. You know.
Yeah.
But then it developed later on into, you know, trying to incorporate more of my songs in there. Like I had written "She Got the Best of Me" when I was living in North Carolina still.
Really?
Yeah. So I released that in college, and then I re-released it after I guess it was my 4th single. But
Your
I had-
audience was so spoiled in college. Like they had no idea.
I don't know about that.
Like
Yeah.
normally you don't get to go hear like a cover artist
Sure,
for 3 hours
sure.
and then, you know, boom, there Luke Combs like 2 years later.
It was, I mean, I always loved that song. You know, I always thought it was
Yeah.
great, and so we kind of came to the decision of like, well, why don't we just re-record? Obviously, it was not a very good recording of the song that we had, so
Yeah.
we re-recorded it and stuff.
I bet there's some charm to that though.
There
that
is,
early
yeah.
recording.
It used to be floating around the internet somewhere. It probably still
think
is.
it's off?
No,
I
it's
bet we
probably
can find
somewhere.
it.
You could find it somewhere.
I bet all y'all out there can dig that one
somebody
up.
has it probably out there, I'm sure. Yeah.
Definitely. Well, you are just so delightful. Thank you for taking the
Yes,
time.
thank you.
We have one final question. This
Okay.
is our traditional Geico Green Room question.
Okay.
If you woke up and had 15 extra minutes in your day, what would you do with them?
Oh man, if I had 15 extra minutes?
Yeah.
That's an interesting question.
I know. It's not a ton of time, but it's
No.
just enough to get
It's enough
something
to do something though.
Yeah.
If it was hunting season, I'd probably just get extra 15 minutes of hunting in.
Awesome. Luke Combs, you are a delight. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
hanging out with
Thank
us.
you.
And thank you all for logging on to the Geico Green Room once again. I'm your host, Natalie Stovall, and we'll see you next time.